Alright guys, we're going to be continuing Chapter 5, Lesson 2 homework. Here we have 5/9 and 2/3. And in order to compare these fractions, we have to find a common denominator in order to compare. So we would count by the two denominators. So we have 9 and 3, and go ahead and count by 9s and count by 3s. You can do this on bigger paper so you have more space too if you'd like. And I'm stopping at 27. That will be my common denominator. So I have 5/9 times some kind of fraction gives you 27. And I know 9 multiplied by 3 is 27. So what I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator, and I get 15. Then we have 2/3 times some sort of fraction gives me 27. 3 times 9 is 27. What I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator. 2 times 9 is 18. And now I need to compare. So 5/9 is the same as 15/27. And 2/3 is the same as 18/27. So 2/3 is bigger. So 5/9 is less than, 2/3. I have 1/4 and 2/10. Some of you that know your math facts have already guessed the denominator there. I'm going to count by 4s and count by 10s. 8, 12, 16, 20. The denominator is going to be 20. 1/4 times what gives you 20? 4 times 5 is 20. What you do to the denominator, you do to the numerator. We got 5/20. And then I have 2/10 times something gives you 20. Well, 10 times 2 is 20. What I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator. So 2/10 is the same as 4/20, and 5/20 is the same as 1/4. So that 5 is bigger than the 4, so it's greater. 7/9 and 5/6. I'm going to count by 9, so I have 9, 18, 27. We might have to go a while, but maybe not as well. Let's count by 6s. 6, 12, 18. We're going to stop here at 18. I have 7/9 times what gives you a denominator of 18? 9 times 2 is 18. 7 times 2 is 14. So 14/18. And then we have 5/6 times what is 18? 6 times 3 is 18. 5 times 3 is 15. So 7/9 is the same as 14/8. And 15/8 is the same as 5/16. So that 14 is smaller than the 15, so it's less. Our final one here, 12 and 8. Let's count by 8s. 8, 16, 24. And I'm going to stop there because I know 24 is a multiple of 12. So my denominator needs to be 24. So 5/12 times what gives you 24? 12 times 2 is 24. What I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator. Then I have 3/8 times what gives you 24? Well, 3. So 9/24. 10/24 is bigger than 9/24. So now we have these problems down here, and luckily we can substitute with fractions we've already found common denominators for. So 1/4 and 2/10 are up here for letter C. So I'm going to take 1/4 and I'm going to substitute that with 5/20. And I'm going to take 2/10 and substitute that with 4/20. The denominator stays the same, and then I add the numerators, which is 4 plus 5 is 9. And my last one is 5/9 plus 2/3. 5/9 is the same as 15/27, and 2/3 is the same as 18/27. What I'll do here is I will add 15 plus 18 is 33/27, but that's improper. So now I need to divide. 27 goes into 33 one time. And I'm going to subtract. 13 minus 7 is 6. So it'll be 1 6/27. Today in class, for the bottom part, we began working on graph paper. We solved the first division problem. Using the same graph paper, which you need to turn in tomorrow, we will solve the second, problem 6. So I have 17 divided by 298. 17 goes into 2, no times. But 17 can go into 29 one time. 17 times 1 is 17. Subtract. I have 12. Now I need to bring down. 17 goes into 128 how many times? I could think of this as 20 and this as 120 or 130. I know 20 times 3 is too much. So I really have to think about what would work here. Actually, no, 20 times 3 would be, 20 times 3 would be too little. So I have to keep trying to get closer. 20 times 5 is 100. So what about 20 times 6? That's 120. So what is 17 times 6? 6 times 7 is 42. Regroup. 6 times 1 is 6. Add the 4 is 10. 112. Or 120. So I'm going to put the 6 here and the 102 here. Subtract. And actually, I'm going to have to adjust because I can get closer, because when I subtract this here, I get 26, which is too much because it cannot be smaller than my divisor. I hope if you're following along, you're just checking. If you weren't just checking, sorry about that guess and check there, but that's important that we learn how to do that. Now 7 times 7 is 49. Regroup the 4. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 4 is 11, so we have 119. Regroup. 18 minus 9 is 17. So our answer here is going to be 17, remainder 7. You will not get full credit if you do not bring that graph paper or whatever paper you showed your work on. All right, guys, thank you.